Londoners thought it was just another cold December morning. Fireplaces crackled, chimneys puffed steadily, and the winter air carried the familiar sting of coal smoke. But on 5th December 1952, the city was about to be swallowed by something far darker. A silent killer that arrived without warning, without shame, without mercy. It began as a normal fog, the kind London had seen for centuries. But within hours, the fog thickened, dragging coal smoke, factory fumes, and exhaust into its belly, turning into a dense yellow-black blanket. The air became so heavy that even street lamps disappeared into the haze. Visibility dropped to less than a meter. Buses stopped, cars crawled, people walked with hands brushing the walls, hoping they were still on the footpath. By nightfall, the city was blind. The blindness wasn't the real danger, it was what people were breathing. The smog seeped into homes, hospitals, schools. Coughs echoed across neighborhoods. People who stepped outside returned gasping, their eyes burning, throats raw. Doctors thought it was temporary. No one imagined the scale of what was unfolding. For 5 days, London became a trapped city. Ambulances couldn't move. Police cars couldn't navigate. Even indoor concerts were cancelled because audiences could not see the stage through the haze inside the halls. Animals at the Smithfield Market suffocated. Birds dropped mid-air. It felt like the city itself was choking. And then the deaths began to rise. At first, dozens, then hundreds, eventually thousands. Official records say at least 4,000 people died in those 5 days. Later studies revealed the number was more than 12,000. Victims of bronchitis was more than 12,000. Victims of bronchitis, pneumonia, heart failure, and sheer lack of oxygen. London had been brought to its knees not by bombs, not by war, but by the air its people breathe every day. The Great Smog was not just a natural disaster, it was a warning, a sign that industrial pollution, unchecked burning of low-grade coal, and stagnant weather conditions could form a deadly recipe. When the smoke finally lifted on the morning of 9 December, it didn't leave peace behind. It left questions, anger, and a resolve. The tragedy forced the British government to wake up. Policies changed, choke point industries were regulated, and eventually the Clean Air Act of 1956 was born, one of the world's first modern environmental laws. But the memory remains. For 5 days, London lived inside a cloud of death, a fog that moved like shadow, a disaster that changed environmental history forever. That's it for today. Thank you for hearing us out.